Pink Speaks.
Hey cuties! So today I wanted to do a sit-down vlog and a Pink Speaks on my past and a story that I have for you guys about my past. So this is my first time stealing experience for you guys. I've done a lot of firsts, like my first period, my first date and kiss and so on. So I'm going to do today my first time stealing. Huge disclaimer, I do not want anyone to steal, or I'm not promoting stealing or being like, steal, it's a good thing, and you guys will know why if you just listen to the story. So I'm going to just jump right into the story. So I was 6 or 7 years old, and obviously I'm a child, and I'm just walking around the store with my dad. I loved just going to stores with my dad and like shopping around. 90s days, oh how I miss. My family and I were at a family brunch, and it was my mom, my dad, myself, my grandparents were actually in town, and a few other various family members. So it was kind of just like a big brunch that we did on a Sunday, and it was like at a restaurant. So it wasn't just like at somebody's house, it was at a restaurant. And it's actually quite nicer, fancier restaurant, and that's why we only go every so often. But yeah, so we were there, we ate brunch. Honestly, I remember this like to a T, and I don't remember like vividly much when I was like 5 or 6 or so, but I remember this vividly because it was just like an experience that I won't forget. Is my extension popping out? Oh, how cute. Okay, so we were finished eating brunch, and my mom and my grandparents wanted to go walk around, and because there's like beautiful, there's like a pond, and it's just really nice scenery, and there's kind of lots to look at when you're done eating brunch. So my mom and my grandparents went to do that, and my dad and I went to the gift shop, because the gift shop is really unique. You can buy things that are like, say, from Canada or from our city and stuff, and just like little gadgets and like little miscellaneous items. Like I still to this day love gift shops because they're so different. Anyway, so we went into the gift shop and we're looking around there, and I loved dinosaurs when I was little. Like I was so obsessed with dinosaurs. I saw a dinosaur keychain, and I can like remember myself like really little, like holding my dad's hand, and he was like looking around at something, and he was reading the back of something, and I looked at him, and I looked at the dinosaur keychain, and I just took it, and I just had it in my hand. I didn't like put it away or sneakily go like this, because I didn't quite know at that age like stealing, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't like, oh, trying to like steal things and be like mischievous. Like I just wanted it, so I was like, cool, like this is mine, so I just took it. And I'm like just playing with it, but not like playing with it like this. I'm just like looking at it and playing with it a bit. My dad's looking around the store, right? And we only are in the store for about 5 minutes. He doesn't actually buy the thing that he wants, puts it back on the shelf, and goes, okay, let's go. We get in the car, and he doesn't notice because the keychain is quite small, and every time he would look at me, I knew that it was bad for me to take it, you know what I mean? So I would just like kind of like put it down when my dad or my mom would look at me. So we're getting in the car, my grandparents like get dropped off or whatever, and it's just me and my mom, my dad. We get back to the house, and when we get in the house, I was like, yay, and like playing with this thing, like rank, and my mom was like, oh, what did you get there, Samantha? And I was like, it's a dinosaur keychain. And my mom looked at my dad and said, how much was that? And he said, how much was what? And she said, the keychain you got for Samantha. And he goes, I didn't get anything for Samantha. And they both look at me, and I'm like in mid-play, and I just stare at them. And they're both like, where did you get that? How did you get that? Because they had no idea. Maybe I found it. And I said, at the gift shop. And my dad went, what? I said, yeah, I liked it, so I took it. And my mom and dad were like, okay, we gotta sit her down and tell her that that's stealing, and you don't do that, and that is a no-no, and you cannot go about that in your life. So they sat me down and took away the dinosaur keychain and explained to me that it's not good, stealing is bad, and I got so upset because I wasn't, you know, having any bad intentions. I just wanted it, so I took it, and I had no idea at the time like the big consequences that can go about stealing. And then I was told, and then I knew, and I've never stolen anything since, except for kisses to my boyfriend. And then my dad said he has to take it back because you have to pay for things with money, or you have to ask mom and dad to pay for things with money before you can just take them off the shelf, and it's not just your room, and you can't just have whatever you like. And they explained to me everything, and I was devastated. Still to this day, I remember we had a very tall house, and I went to my room was at the very, very top, and I just cried, and I sat on the floor, and I still remember sitting on the floor, not on my bed, and I just like faced my door, and I had my door shut, and I was just facing my door, and I was just crying. Like, I felt so bad, and I didn't know that it was wrong. They did not take me back to the store. I know a lot of people actually that I know or talk to about this story, or they've told me their stealing experiences as a kid as well, because some kids do go through that. And a lot of people actually did do this when they were little, like 5 or 6 or something like that, like little. And their parents took them back to the store, and they had to either pay for it or say they were sorry or something, but basically just go return it. My parents didn't do that because I was crying and devastated as it was, and I was so sorry and everything. So I just sat there, and they made sure that I knew that it was wrong, and I sure did. And then I remember about like maybe an hour after, I remember the door and me sitting there, and then a little white envelope comes under the door. And I was like, what the heck? So I opened the envelope, and the pink dinosaur keychain was in the envelope, and that's all that was in there. And I just cried, and I went downstairs, and I said, I'm not allowed to have this, so I stole it. And my mom and dad looked at each other and said, no, Samantha, your daddy went back to the store and gave the guy money for this and said he was sorry. Explained to me everything and said that it's, you know, you can't just do that, blah, blah, blah. And I was just learned my lesson ever since. And the cool thing is, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I was cleaning out my downstairs, just like cleaning up and such, and I came across my keepsake box, and I found the pink dinosaur keychain. So I still have it to this day. It is so old, and honestly, this little guy right here carries so much memories all on its own. It was weird that I picked the pink one, because at that age, I didn't like pink. Like, I didn't like anything girly or pink. Like, I just liked dinosaurs so much. And this was my favorite dinosaur back in the day when that movie came out. I forget what movie it was called, but and I thought it was him, so I grabbed it, or her, I guess it would be, I don't know, because it's pink, but this is the exact keychain that I took. I will give you guys a close-up. So as you can see, it is like super 90s. Like, this is so cute to just hang off your keys. No, I will never put it on my keys because I don't want to lose it or chip it or anything like that, just because it does hold a lot of memories. And I'm just so happy that I, you know, found this and kept it. And by the way, this keychain I think was like 49 cents or something like that in the store. So my dad went back and paid for it and basically told me everything. So the moral of the story is do not steal. If you have children or brothers and sisters who are little and maybe do steal, explain to them why that is bad. If you feel that you need to take them back to the store to explain themselves or to pay for it, to show them, you know, the right way or how to, then just go about it in your own sense. You know, just memories, little memories like this stay with you and will always hold a place in your heart. And I was not being malicious or evil in stealing something and like taking it and hiding it. I didn't really quite know the full severity of stealing, and I have never done it since. But I'm happy I have this little guy that is paid for, by the way, in full. But yeah, it's actually quite interesting. I couldn't believe I still had him or her. But that was my story. Let me know if you guys had any stories of when you were little kids, and if you had any stories like this or similar to this, or maybe you still have the item. I don't know. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. I just thought this was an interesting story to let you guys know. Bye guys. Open this up. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Look how adorable, oh my god. First of all, you get this here. Oh, and it has